Hao Khonahale. We say we want the finer things in life.
What do you think of the South African black youth?
Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? And welcome to Fried_up_facts. We are broadcasting live from Grandpa the Painkiller with those spaces on YouTube. And of course, Nkamba no Konya, the back tat, not nice. And of course, Minangin Kosane, Akumetunukubane Kungisbiza Ukumane, Mandla _Gamin Lavone in your ears. And make sure you stay tuned and like, share, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, and tell a friend to tell a friend. What's up, fam?
We outside today. You can see, bro, it's like a change in venue, bro. We had to we have to bring sort of, those different, because we started here, bro. We started here, gag, you feel?
We used to record outside, and now we're actually outside again recording an episode. Unplanned, that is, man.
It's episode 30.
37.
I can't believe, bro. The consistency is crazy. Hey, yo, I'm saying the consistency, though, is crazy, bro. Like, we started this shit last year, gang. Like,
dog, around this time.
Yeah.
Around this time. We're about to hit a year. Actually, road to 500 subscribers. Don't forget to subscribe. Yo, fam, I wanted us to start our show on a very funny note. That is, sorry. I want us to react to this video. There's a trend going on of Maphorisa Hao Khonahale.
So no, onyoko una everything. Hao Khonahale shame. You understand?
Hao Khonahale.
So, people have been making a reenactment of that sound and the video doing the same. It's like a challenge. So much so that DJ Maphorisa has created a song from Hao Khonahale. Do you get my point? There's the first video. Oh shit, the Wi-Fi, fam. Hey man, welcome to UWC where the Wi-Fi is inconsistent. Khonahale. This one is saying, request I will play the driver when you get here. Khonahale. Khonahale. This one is saying, I don't have money, but I promise to love you. SA girls. Khonahale, Joe. Khonahale. And then there's this one. Can one survive such academic pressure? Khonahale. You guys saying, then the last one, they're saying DJ Maphorisa be like. Khonahale, bro.
After so many years, I've worked hard for this thing, Amapiano. Then
Khonahale.
This is Lesejo, courtesy of Lesejo. And then there's like.
That's how I learned the game. I just give any strength, bro.
Guess what's the caption? The caption is like Mjolo wa Matuke. Vele! You get hurt and then you move on from it. Like, what's your thoughts on the Hao Khonahale challenge?
I don't know. I don't have any thoughts on the Hao Khonahale challenge, but all I can say, Maphorisa is a genius, dog. Like, watch him like make money off this new song.
This trend, this song.
The song Hao Khonahale, you're gonna see how it's gonna be popping, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? Yeah, bro.
But like another thing I thought about is that people literally could create a meme out of anything. Because remember how they created a meme out of Cyril Ramaphosa was like cupcakes, and then he smiled and waved. They created a meme of Sfiso when he was like, when Reason came out. But like the reenactment of the captions is so like funny, especially when the last one, when it says South African Mjolo be like, I got into the game, so some people would need to feel the pressure also. But yeah, man, it is a very good note to start on a show, man. Because when I saw that challenge, I was like, dang, this thing. I only noticed that thing after I saw the song that he took out, right? Hao Khonahale. And the song bangs, that's the thing.
Bro,
it's not about it. It's not like Ubaba Tutuzane. It was a trending, what do you call this thing? It was a trending tagline and they made it to a song. It didn't slap. But with Hao Khonahale, Hey, it slaps, man.
Khonahale.
Yeah, man. Speaking about what's on my FYP today, right? I saw this other tweet from Khopolo Film Pela. You get what I'm saying? He screenshotted and posted a tweet on this other Facebook post by Koos de Clerk whatsoever. This is how the post reads. Our boys wear simple clothes. You wear expensive clothes, but you are living in a rental apartment that they own. Our boys drink. Okay, first of all, let me cut it there. Our boys, it's an Afrikaner brew, right? Posting a picture. Here it is. A pictures of their kids and a pig mixed it with black people when they're drinking from our group videos. And the other one, it's a picture of white brews wearing the farm equipment. So the guy says, our boys wear simple clothes. You wear expensive clothes, but you are living in a rental apartment that they own, meaning they own the apartments. Our boys drink cheap beers like brandy. Cheap drinks, right? Like brandy, clip drift. You drink expensive whiskey and champagne. But they own shares in the banks that own your car. You pay monthly installments to them. When our boys meet on weekends, they discuss business, form partnership, and build malls. When you meet on weekend, you discuss other people's personal lives, drink alcohol, and end up fighting with each other for useless things like girls. Our boys are more interested in building wealth for the future. You are more interested in eating money you don't have. Our boys own, you loan and rent.
That's interesting.
Nah.
Interesting.
Sad reality of black people in South Africa, right?
What do you think, though, dog? Gen Z's, I always speak about this, like, yo, man, what do you think? Like, Gen Z's, dog, do you think we really have a shot at, like, being a better generation, you know, than our parents? Because the only edge we have over them is that we know more, you know, which is also like fueled by internet and all that, you know.
So we basically don't know that much. You know what we are fed.
So it was valid. Even them, they know all this shit before. So hence I'm saying, like, knowing all these things doesn't make us better, you know, a better generation than them, you know. So I'm interested in how to see, like, yo, where do Gen Zs take this shit, bro? Cause hey, man, I don't know.
But then the comparison is a good thing. But at the same time, the way he puts it, it's an Afrikaner brew that posted this thing on Facebook. That is the way he contrasts and compares. It makes you really see the fact that us, the Gen Z, if I may put it, we barely focus on the real things. We know so much, but we redirect our energy onto the things that don't matter. For instance, we know about mental health, but instead of actually looking at the root cause of mental health, we are focusing on things like, okay, I'm grooving, suicide postponed, because there's a trend. This lady, she was like, suicide postponed. She was on a cruise taking a video like, suicide thing postponed. I'm telling you, we're focusing on like eliminating the mental health through toxic behaviors, like drinking alcohol, going out with friends, just portraying this lifestyle that doesn't have any impact, to be honest. It doesn't have any impact to change our lives individually and lives of others around us in the society. Instead, it fuels that attitude of I'm finishing high school. As soon as I finish high school, now I'm allowed to drink vele. So ngiyaphuza Monday to Sunday. December nje uphuza every week. That's the culture yokumanikomelana as James and komelana uthi mfethu sabamba mfethu Chardonnay sathi nje verb. That's what we brag about, but we don't brag about things like ngathi nje property, ngathi farm, ngathi duplex, ngathi suplex. Do you get my point? We brag about we redirected the information that we have into the wrong direction. True. We say we want the finer things in life. How are you gonna get the finer things in life if you barely are working towards having those finer things in life?
But like, don't you think it maybe like it's sort of systematic, you know? Because when you think about it, this guy, it's like obviously where he grew up, it's a system, you know. It's like I don't know. It's like, you know, it's like they train you when you are young, you know. That system, you know, how to think, you know. Obviously them. especially with Afrikaners, I don't know much, I'm just saying, I'm just an observer,
yes.
But with them, it's like, they're so paranoid in terms of like, I believe they're paranoid of that, one day black people are gonna, come for them, all that stuff, I feel like they have that paranoia, so they're like, they are fuel to protect, whatever they have, because Afrikaners, like, I don't know, they feel like they're under threat, in South Africa, considering that they are a minority,
they're a minority group.
Right? So I feel like, that paranoia, obviously now it's causing everybody to have paranoia,
Yes.
It's
they
like,
try at their level best to, it's skatumzil.
Bro, like, you know what's crazy,
yes.
dog? I feel like this whole time I've been thinking about it wrong, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that, Afrikaner people and black people, black South Africans, bro, we were meant to be, bro, like,
together,
we were meant to be together, you feel me?
True.
Even though the relationship is not as smooth,
good and smooth, yes.
But we were meant to be together because, like, both of us, we almost went through the same shit.
Same struggles.
Because they're almost
yes.
like, they're this close, dog, on going extinct. I don't know what they call it when people die,
yes.
But eradicated, the genocide of Afrikaners. People don't know that, So I get why.
Also, sorry, I zoned out a bit. You're saying there was a genocide of Afrikaners?
Yeah, imagine, like.
When?
This was back in the day, so I'm not sure about the dates, right?
Yes.
Yeah, fact check this shit. So it was the English versus the Afrikaners. Ayo. It was the English versus the Afrikaners, you feel me? So, manji, obviously the English were much stronger than the Afrikaners.
Yes.
So they kept on fighting. The Afrikaners kept on decreasing. So I don't know how it goes. I think they eventually won the war or something, or came to a peace agreement or some shit, So yeah, so also them, they have been like, they're
under
also
pressure,
out,
yes.
They're also locked out of the economy, same as us, at the same time,
But it's a skeptical thing, hey? Because I'm trying to figure out what happened then so I can give a full brief overview. But with what you're saying, you're absolutely right. I never looked at it from that perspective.
So hence me, I believe like,
there it is, sorry.
Black people and Afrikaner people, if we work together,
we will be gone.
We'll be gone.
Given the fact that also this, I don't want us even speak about the Trump thing. It's also speaking gag because look at this. They're saying it was the South African War, which was in 1899 to 1902, also known as the Second Boer War. It was a conflict between British Empire, the English-speaking, and the two independent Boer states, the Orange Free State and the South African Republic, the Transversal Republic. Primary Afrikaans speaking. The war was fought over issues like British expansion, control over rich gold deposits, and Boer independence. It ended up with the British victory and the establishment of the British rule over Boer territories.
Oh, damn.
So they also was. But my thing is, did they suffer the same thing as us? Because still.
Yeah, true. I mean, like now, okay,
it's
now
the same
get this.
prejudice.
Now,
Yes, it's the same prejudice.
It was kind of like now it's a new world sort of like now there's cities and shit, like there's a whole economy, So now they're also locked out of the economy, same as us, So I don't know, like I won't say I understand why they when they got into power and then they did the same thing.
The same thing too. But then why? I'm not even gonna.
I don't understand.
But then there comes this thing of saying that there's white genocide in South Africa. It's just ludicrous because now when you look at it,
I looked at it. I looked at the issue because they're basing the whole white genocide on farm murders basically. Okay, me based on my observation, I would like to think, okay, yeah, true, dog. Farm murders are a thing, not a thing, but like they're affected, in a sense of like they're affected just like everybody else in the country as crime. But then obviously, if you're gonna single out, people,
certain race,
the stats are gonna be crazy. Like for example, if you were to single out kids that died, the stats are gonna be crazy, bro. Or maybe like say black kids that died. The stats are gonna be crazy
because it's like they are looking at it in the form of cohorts, whereas you can't look at it from that perspective because South Africa is a rainbow nation. Do you get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we as much as like there's black, white, Afrikaner, Xhosa, Sotho speaking, because there's racism and then there's tribalism, which is a different struggle on its own. Because before the race comes into play, the tribes amongst themselves are fighting against each other, which brings about that debate of like, are we having a colorism war or a tribalism war?
Where? In South Africa?
Yes.
Nah, bro. It's like in South Africa, dog, that's the only thing. Dog, you see the paranoia. I believe it's gonna even lead to fucking civil unrest, you know, because people now will wanna take things into our own hands, you know, because they see, okay, obviously the ones on the other side, they are doing so much to safeguard. So basically, they are closing all of the means,
loopholes.
You know? So basically, like for example, it's like they're building the wall. They keep on building each and every year. They keep on building the wall high, and we don't know what's going on that side, and we also get paranoid.
Be like, hey, we need to push also. But then, how many of us have that thing of like we need to push also? That's my point also.
It's debatable, you know. I mean, like, you know, it's okay. I would say that the South African landscape is crazy. The youth landscape, you know, because I don't know, man. I don't know for real. Like, you know, it's like if everybody were to lock in a sense, you know, bro, we would go.
We would go very
crazy.
far. It's just
South
that
African youth. If we were to lock in, because right now we have no sort of like limitations in a sense. Even though we do have them, but like, you know, they're not as restricting, you know. We can still do stuff, bro, like tons of shit, bro. We can, you know, just that we're sleeping on ourselves. It's just that we follow the system, the system we grew up on.
Yes.
Because our system is mostly based on education.
And education and financial, economy.
Based on education.
Struggle, though.
Yes, it's based on education, like. You feel me? Because even that economic struggle, they're gonna tie it back to education. Be like, oh, if you don't study and whatever you want, you know,
you won't reach the pinnacle. But then it's a contradict.
How?
It's a contradict because now what you're just saying, it's based on education. But then with our generation, we are saying education is not a disadvantage per se. It's basically, for lack of a better word to use, it's useless because now it's equivalent to having a matric. I could be in getting this degree, and the next thing I lose my job, not even losing a job, I'm trying to get a job. I'm going to be looked at the same way they're looking at a person with a matric, because sometimes we'll be competing for the same jobs. We're both trying to be cashiers. A person with a matric could still be chosen instead of me with the degree, and even if we are both chosen for the same jobs, we're still going to be paid the same amount, which brings on to the fact that us, even when we start getting into the workspace, it's not an education problem. That's what I'm trying to say also. So it's not basically an education problem, it's also a mindset problem, because even if I get the job, fine, we're competing so I'm going to be viewed the same way as the person that has matric, right? Fine, let's put it out off the back, because now degrees are going to be the same equivalent to a matric in South Africa, because now you actually get a job after doing your honors. Because for instance, most people are in academic degrees. There's a lot of Bachelor of Science students, there's a lot of Bachelor of Arts students. So degrees, it's not the way. We've established that, right? Because our unemployment
not necessarily
rate,
not the way,
but I'm just saying,
my point is,
sorry, even can I just cook this, right? Now, which brings me to a point of like us, even if you do get a job, the first thing you think about, okay, let me get a car, songs or babonis, let me move into a lavish complex or in the CBD.
I mean, you know, I feel like that's the very same bias that keeps us, you know, in the, you know, because
the same loop,
because that's how we project everybody, you know, that's how, like, that's the image we put for ourselves out there.
Yes.
You know, because when you think of black youth, they be like, yo, what if we were to ask a random person, like, yo,
yes,
bro. Just asking a random person like, yo, what do you think of the South African black youth as a youth yourself?
Let's see if we can get a person.
For me, look for a person, but it's gonna be a negative.
Can you try getting a koketso? Yo, can you ask maybe one person or whoever may pass Uguti, we want to ask them a question, a young question. But yeah, you are still elaborating.
I forgot, bro.
This youth, the question. What's the question?
I forgot.
Oh, what do they think about the South African black youth?
Yes. Yeah. My point is like most of them are gonna have negative connotations.
Yes.
They're gonna be like, first thing is they're gonna be like, they drink too much, they party too much, you know. It's all about, you know, bitches and all that, you know. That's the first thing they're gonna say. My point being is, see the mindset. It's because of the mindset. My point was that it's centered towards education, around education. I mean, our thing.
Now I get you. Our
it's
mindset is centered around education,
which is not necessarily a bad thing. But then, bro, I feel like we're gonna have way much more, educated people, scholars and all that, and less innovators, entrepreneurs. People are gonna actually push the boundaries. People are gonna actually change the fucking world.
Yes,
because people, bro, nobody's gonna change the world by doing
data science.
It's just gonna work. But like, if you have that mindset, okay, I'm gonna use this to change
data science and actually become my own firm, have my own consultation firm.
You need to have innovators.
That's true, man. I get your point now, because which is what I was also trying to say, is like, when we get a job, we don't get a job to make it out of, we think about making it out of the hood. We don't think of making more income using whatever income that we have. True. That's the mindset I'm saying. Whether a black person could be a teacher, but they will do the typical teacher lifestyle. 20 years, 10 korol, 10 muzu uyashada. Shy. Kandi, if you had the mindset, okay, dang, I'm a teacher, let me try to maximize out of this so that I can have a standard of living, if not more than doctors. If stretch it that far. I know teachers who've stretched out their careers that far, man.
But I get it with doctors. With
teachers.
No, I'm saying it. I forgot.
Doctors, but yeah, man, niggas keeping on zoning out. I don't know why.
You just cut me, and then when you cut me, I'll forget.
I'll forget, yeah, man. Yeah. But we're outside. We're recording outside. We're about to ask a question. I think Cocket is trying to get a person for us to interview. I don't know if they're gonna pull up to us, but it's cool.
Camera shy?
Yes, camera shy. They have to be off cam. We don't mind.
Yeah.
So, but I want us to move onto a different conversation, because you've seen how South Africa has evolved in the sense of music, right? We moved from not deep house, but like we had kwaito, we have hip hop, we have piano, and South Africans are more gravid. There was never. Do you think there was a time where hip hop was the main shit, like?
Yeah, I think you see during the MT time, the MT era, dog, he was the nigga used to drop hits, like mainstream hits, and at that time it was only hip hop, and then Como, you could tell it was fading away that time. Hip hop held done for a short period of time. Hip hop was dominating, bro. Not dominating, but was the main.
But tweet had something opposite to say. This is Alostro at Alostrophobic. Posted that South Africa is a house nation. Run from it like all you like, but rap will never, with all caps letter, never be the main character here.
I mean, you know what? Nah, I believe like our time is coming, bro. Because now, if you could see the culture, it keeps on growing, the hip hop culture now, especially now.
Especially
it's
even piano cats are using the hip hop culture. It's just that they use different music. Look at the way they drip. Do you get my point? Yeah, man. But people had a lot to say. This one is Scorpio.ix on X. This one is saying even Mega knew this. That's why he was sampling house music a lot. And then Simpure 000997601 says, most, if not all of us, grew up on house music. Hip-hop was always in the background, from compilation days to the Black Coffee generation all the way to the piano. Now, hip-hop wars brews like Speedster are jealous. Because DJ Speedster was having a whole fiasco of hip-hop versus piano. So what's your thought? Let me read the last one. From Jäger Fortune says that the problem here is that rap is associated with American-style hip-hop, while it's in fact that's not the case. When you speak about South African context, people gravitate to rap music when it's done in a vernacular and or mixed with English. That has always been the formula.
Nah, you know what I feel like? I feel like, sometimes like there's those niggas who like hating on hip hop, not on hip hop culture, because you would get that 9 times out of 10 niggas who say that, they do fuck with the culture, they do wanna dress this way, they do wanna talk like that, they do wanna do all that, but like it's just that their body is not allowing them to, like, you feel me?
Their body,
It's like their mindset is not allowing them. Like it's not allowing them.
Because that's another thing about let me just narrow it down to fashion. Like one thing about the hip hop style or just streetwear. Streetwear. Whether you're fat, you're slim, you're thin, you're whatsoever, it will always look good on you if you know how to style yourself. Because most of the time, we don't use baggy clothes. We use baggy clothes. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I get what you're saying. People do hate on the hip-hop culture so much. So you remember first year, people used to not frown. They used to look at us in a very weird way because we used to stand out because we don't care about what people say. We just dress out the way we like. Yeah. And with that being said, man, I really find it interesting that they say house will always, it's a house nation. It makes sense because we are all about dance. You get what I'm saying? So I do get where they're coming from when they say that hip-hop might never be the only genre that actually that's putting us on.
Damn. Yeah. But me, I just think that house, let's be honest, house didn't do us for much. It didn't do much for us, like
as much
in terms of like, you know, commercial wise, you know, all that it did, but like not in a sense, but because only a few made it, you know, like 2, 3 you can count them. But it only helped us in a musical sense that, okay, you know, it gave us that creativity that we can sample it, you know, listening to new sound. That's the only thing. Look, they should stop like making it seem like, yo, it was the backbone, you know, all that shit. You know, it did its part, but dog, Amapiano, okay, let's say this, all the genres surpassed house, bro. In terms of, if you look at the thing, all the genres surpassed house, bro.
True.
They surpassed, Amapiano surpassed house.
I mean, right now there's 3-step, it's making the new wave, like, bro. You know that is Saga. That song,
oh yeah.
That sound of that song is like really making waves because Vuga by what do you call Oscar MBO and all these other there's a lot of these songs surfacing. They call him Oscar MBO. He on an interview he said that Oscar MBO. So like I'm just trying to say even 3-step is making waves. But what I do agree with what you're saying. All the other genres surpassed house in South Africa. Because when you look at like the exports, the show that the genre that exported us, right, is what do you call this? It's Amapiano and 3-step. Because 3-step is
let's ask this nigga if he knows Amapiano.
Yo, bro. What's up, fam? You good? Yeah. Do you know Amapiano?
Yeah, I love Amapiano.
You love
Which artist do you know? Yes.
I know songs.
Okay. Do you think hip house, Amapiano, or any other genre? Because you pass him the mic.
Pass him the mic.
Yeah.
Pass the mic.
Do you think any genre, hip hop, house, and all of them? Yeah. You can pull up on cam. Yes. Do you think house and other genres like Amapiano, home, deep house, can never surpass? Or will never be hip-hop will never be the mainstream because South Africa is more house-based, home-based, and Amapiano-based. Do you think hip-hop will never be the mainstream shit thing in South Africa?
Well, I don't... It can be, it's possible because I think South Africa is becoming more westernized as it moves on. It's becoming more modernized. So it is possible, although I don't really want that.
You don't want hip hop to stand out.
I like my Amapiano, bro.
Yeah, different level. Yeah,
bro.
But I get your point. And also, I wanted to ask you, with this is a question based on the conversation we just had. We wanted to ask a student also, Oguti. Do you think, what's your thoughts on the black South Africans, just black South Africans? As in, like, do we stand a chance? Because there was a picture, a post by this poor guy saying that comparing and contrasting between the two races, Afrikaners and black South Africans, saying that we spend most of the time on alcohol and all those things. So do you think we have a fair chance at this and being a better generation than the generation that came before us?
Oh, 100%. I feel like, especially, I'm not from Cape Town, so coming into Cape Town, I've been exposed to like many different cultures, many different types of people. And from what I've seen, 100%, I feel like the more motivated people, like most of my friends here are, black. Like my best friend. So I can see it. I mean, obviously, it's up to you. It's more of a personal choice.
Yes.
So if you want to be that successful, if you want to be that person, then you can. It's not about, it's not really about color.
Color, yes, most definitely.
You can be white and drink and smoke. You can be black and do the same thing. It's not really about color.
It's not about race. Hey man, thank you so much,
Thank you, man. I
fam.
also
Thank you
have to
so
go.
much, fam. Shout out.
Yo, didn't get your name.
Yeah.
Abdullah, bro.
Pardon?
It's Abdullah.
Abdullah.
Oh,
Oh
wait,
shit!
always
Shout out
hit you
to
up on
bro.
Instagram. Shout out.
We
Thank
should
you,
pull
bro.
up to an episode.
We should pull up for an app actually. Always. Let me take your tens, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'll hit you up on WhatsApp.
Damn, there you have
I
it.
have him on the show. There we have it. So
folks, we are not fucked.
we're not fuck over. We actually do have a fair chance of doing this. Hey, we do have a fair chance of doing it.
So,
and
yeah.
back to always shout out fam. We'll hit you up, ne?
Always, bro.
Donkey. So it's going back to the conversation of house versus Amapiano and the rap. He just put it out in the way that I was basically trying to put it out, whereby saying that we really do love dance music. I think the person, when they did the post, they shouldn't have said South Africa is house-centric. They should have said South Africa is dance music-centered.
Yeah,
like, we
true,
like
true,
dance music.
dance music, yeah.
Because even pop really, it works out in South Africa. Look
Which
at...
one?
Pop, that song about Tyler's music. Pop makes out like some shit here in South Africa.
Yeah, true.
Speaking on that, I wanted us to wrap up the show on a very high note. I was on Facebook. There's a guy who was
still on Facebook, bro.
Oh, bro, I am. Joe.
Yo, I wonder how many like 2000s and 2000 from to 2005 maybe are still on Facebook.
Hey,
because
man.
we created Facebook culture in South Africa. You see the 2000s, Jay, specifically from 2000 to 2006. Come on, bro.
Bro, you know our parents. I don't know about yours.
Nah,
but
bro,
our parents are the one that pioneered Facebook, not that we pioneered social media.
Maybe they entered, but
Dog,
the first one to
Facebook.
enter, but Facebook culture.
I'm X2. I'm X2 samba setshenziswa ama-type ngama-button. We only started making Facebook popular when we had the free mode. That was when we
I'm saying like we made the Facebook culture in South Africa, bro.
Okay.
I'm telling you, 2000s, that age group, bro.
Yes.
Hey, man.
It was a shit. But then, man, I was on Facebook. I saw this other guy, relationship guys. They said, I'm making my boyfriend into a baddie.
What?
He's putting makeup on him.
Hey.
Hi guys.
Okay, I want to fast forward. So let me show you the final product. He then further on called his mom. What is your thoughts on that video?
Hey man, I don't know. Like, what do you mean? What are my thoughts? What do you mean?
Like gender swap.
Gender swap. I don't know.
There was a thing. It's a thing in South Africa. Like even in high schools, some schools do it. Gender swap days where guys wear like girls and girls wear like guys.
Oh, hey man, I don't know if they like it. Good for them. I don't think it's I don't know. I have no thoughts.
On it. But would you do it? Would you allow your girl practice makeup on you?
Nah, me personally, I wouldn't do it. Because I don't even like makeup on a girl. So
true. That's a valid. I always wonder, Uguti, with that being on, are we in put do you get what I'm saying? You're like, nah, that's how I know women are are powerhouses for real. Like, how could you, even with these long thingies, even eyelashes,
the nails,
bro? Don't you make a mistake and don't you make that mistake. Hey man, on that note, we're just gonna be wrapping up Fried_up_fact. And of course, I'm here with Kanye the back tat not nice and mina inkosana kumetenukubani kungizbiza ukumane. It is Mandla_ coming love on in your ears, and we are wrapping up a Fried Up Fact. Okay, it's a wrap.
Nigga is sweating like God
I'm
damn.
perspiring like, yo, bro.
Bro is
Like,
sweating,
yo, I'm-
sweating.
Yes, sir.
Hear that falsetto?